Will Smith addresses viral memes featuring him and Diddy, breaking his silence on their past relationship and shedding light on his history with the music mogul for the first time.
It's my son. Come on.
I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man.
And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy.
Exclusive footage of Will Smith addressing his ties to Diddy and alleged freak-off parties has been leaked by TMZ, sparking chaos among celebrities. Those linked to Diddy are reportedly panicking, scrambling to cooperate with federal authorities in hopes of gaining immunity. In a shocking twist, Ashton Kutcher has allegedly agreed to testify in Diddy's upcoming federal trial, adding to the unfolding Hollywood drama.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff. But you know that one, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
In a recent episode of the PBD podcast, Fox News host Jesse Waters revealed that Fox News had intel confirming Ashton Kutcher's agreement to testify in the upcoming federal case against Diddy. Kutcher reportedly plans to move to Europe afterward. Allegedly, Diddy possessed tapes implicating Ashton Kutcher, Jay-Z, and Ellen DeGeneres, which are now in FBI custody. The scandal has left Hollywood in chaos, with celebrities scrambling to either strike immunity deals or flee the country.
They'd bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry. And then these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced, the videotapes were hot, and then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career, they could kill your career, but they got you. And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. Whoa. So he was a snitch and was feeding information to the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it. But even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein. It could be worse than Jeffrey Epstein.
Ashton Kutcher, a longtime friend of Diddy for nearly 2 decades, is among those who have agreed to testify in the federal case. Reports suggest that his involvement in Diddy's infamous freak-off parties contributed to his divorce and ultimately led him to abandon his acting career. Kutcher has since distanced himself from Diddy, attempting to maintain an image of innocence. However, sources allege that the activities captured on Diddy's tapes are so shocking, they contradict Kutcher's attempts to downplay his role.
I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. But the right to pursue happiness for so many is stripped away. It's raped. It's abused. It's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out, watch football together.
Ashton Kutcher is among those who could be implicated if Diddy loses his case. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, revealed that Ashton was a regular at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. With Diddy allegedly hiding 250 cameras throughout his home, Kutcher knows he's likely on the tapes seized by the FBI during their recent raid. Fearing exposure, Ashton has agreed to testify, hoping to minimize the fallout. If Diddy goes down, there's a strong chance Ashton's secrets could unravel too.
I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight?
Yeah!
Coming to the after party tonight? Yeah!
I just heard about that. But you heard about the reports that Ashton Kutcher, he's worried that Diddy might lie on his friends? You heard about that?
But that's what I've been saying. I said, if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he has some information about some people that they would rather have other than him, he's able to get that information to them. But they gotta want it. They gotta want it. And Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time, me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game, and we met Jay-Z there. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like that? Lie on other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in he gonna be as truthful as possible. You understand? He's gonna give them enough information, whereas that it's gonna make him look like the choir boy. So Ashton Kutcher, he has a right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things with Diddy. Remember they used to have that group called the what do they call it? The Brat Pack? With Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So they all might be worried.
For him to come out with that comment, I mean, that is suspect. It sounds like he's worried that Diddy might give up some information.
That's why. That's why he made that statement. To set it up. To set up the atmosphere that, yo, this guy's gonna lie on us. This guy ain't gonna tell the truth on us. But what we know is that wherever Diddy went, his tape recorders went. His camera equipment was working. He was videotaping everything. So they might have that videotape already.
Reports suggest Will Smith may not be as innocent as he claims. Despite denying involvement with Diddy, Will was seen at several of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties over the years. While he now distances himself, rumors persist about his past, including alleged threesomes with Jada Pinkett Smith and Jennifer Lopez. Though Will denies any current connection to Diddy, his history continues to raise questions about the extent of his involvement in the unfolding scandal.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
You really heard that?
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Pinkett. You look fantastic.
We gotta go. We're blocking traffic.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we're blacking.
I'm sorry.
What do you say about the allegations? There's like, you know, like so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We suing. I know that's right. Thank you, Miss Pinkett.
Gene Deal has also spoken out about Will Smith's ties to Diddy, recalling witnessing Will get cozy with the mogul. There are even photos of Will at Diddy's exclusive all-white party. It's hard to believe Will now claims he wasn't involved with Diddy, especially when his connection to Diddy, along with Jada, was widely discussed on live TV by figures like Jimmy Kimmel just a few years ago. Those most desperate to distance themselves from the scandal are often the ones with the most to hide.
Tell me the story about how Puffy wanted to fight Will Smith over Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, man. We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damon was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, you know, like, and I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Well, he could scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then, he said that shit.
During a concert in San Diego on December 12th, Will Smith publicly denied ever attending a Diddy freak-off party. He stated, "I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I want to make this very clear. I have nothing to do with Puffy, so stop with the memes and all that bullshit."
Will Smith claps back at memes of him and Sean Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music mogul. The Oscar winner took the stage at the Observatory North Park in San Diego December 12th, and during a break in the show, the rapper called out memes he'd seen online trolling his past association with Combs, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Videos of the moment have been posted online showing Will telling the sold-out crowd, "The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true. I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. Some of it's funny." But the Fresh Prince sets the record straight on where he really stands with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, saying he's not jiggy with the freak-offs or baby oil, in fact. He says to the audience, "I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that bullshit." Will adds, "I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak-off. I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. So whenever y'all hearin' if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil." Per the federal indictment released after his September 16th arrest and obtained by E! News, Combs' freak-offs were described as elaborate sex performances during which female victims were compelled through force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. The 54-year-old was also accused in the document of arranging, directing, masturbating during, and often electronically recording the freak-offs, as well as of transporting commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Per the indictment, among supplies seized by authorities from the music mogul's homes earlier this year were 1,000 bottles of baby oil. As with other charges and allegations he has faced recently, Combs has pleaded not guilty and maintains his innocence.
Figures like Meek Mill, Will Smith, Kevin Hart and even Ashton Kutcher are publicly addressing the Diddy controversy is clear. They're worried. The FBI recently announced they've been granted access to Diddy's freak-off tapes after Courtney Burgess handed over 8 tapes during an investigation. These celebrities know the tapes will likely show their involvement, so they're distancing themselves now in an attempt to avoid legal repercussions and escape jail time later.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black, that are black actors or black in the business, that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they're really true. Because if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to the forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Rumors about Will and Jada Smith's inappropriate behavior with children have circulated for years, with fans now pointing to Jaden Smith's actions as a possible reflection of this. Many believe Jaden's behavior mirrors that of abused children, as he abandoned his acting career and distanced himself from Hollywood. It's speculated that Jaden became aware of the disturbing things happening behind closed doors and chose to step away from it all.
I love Justin Bieber, but that's just a fact.
Well, talk about brotherly love. You couldn't miss this moment on your feeds. Justin Bieber giving pal Jaden Smith a kiss on the cheek at Coachella.
I'm having a good time.
The now viral video shows Jaden sneaking up from behind the Biebs.
When I'm at school, sometimes my dad will just pull his pants down.
Hey!
Will is always, Will is always playing. He plays.
Okay.
Kiss my son. Come on.
Jaden jumped up and ran.
No, not on the set he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after the set he'll try to kiss me or anywhere else.
So what do you think? Is Jaden still too old to get kissed by his dear old dad?
Tom Hanks has recently spoken out about the rampant sexual abuse in Hollywood, naming figures like R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and now Diddy as part of a larger pattern. Hollywood, it seems, is home to one of the biggest abuse rings in the world. These individuals didn't act alone. They had help, and the parties they hosted were filled with others complicit in the actions. Now, however, there's an effort to make it seem like Diddy was partying alone, ignoring the broader network involved.
The idea that there are sexual predators in power, not just in Hollywood, I think all across any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of sexual politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual predatory behavior.
Well, I mean, I think people understand that, but the larger question is there a culture of complicity in Hollywood where women are afraid to speak up because they'll be blacklisted, men are afraid to speak up because either they're out of the same fear or they just think, well, this is the way the system works.
I think there are people that say, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple, and this is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that. That does not carry the day. Complicity is also complicity. The people who know, well, look, this is how we do business, and that's what it's got to be done. I'm sorry it's like that. So beware. That's also present, without a doubt, but it does not carry the day. There's also people that were afraid to speak out, who were victims, that did not go forward, that signed, negotiated settlement deals of which a non-disclosure agreement was part and parcel to it. That also does not carry the day.
Arrest sent shockwaves through the music industry, with those once closest to him quickly distancing themselves. Jay-Z, allegedly Diddy's closest confidant after his mother, now claims they only had a business relationship. The allegations against Diddy and his associates aren't new. Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal have been speaking out for years about the alleged abuse involving Jay-Z and Diddy. However, it's only now that people are beginning to take their accusations seriously as the truth behind the industry's dark underbelly begins to surface.
Busby say about Jay-Z, the artist, the businessman? Well, the complaint begins. Defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs had been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. So that seems to suggest that Sean Carter, Jay-Z, was not only present or participated in this alleged, what is essentially a crime, but for other instances. And that's really interesting. That's why I bring up this idea of, could he be hit with more lawsuits if you take these allegations as true? Now, the complaint goes on to say, Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events, events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person, other than Combs' mother, who is allowed to call him by his legal first name of Sean. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after-party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. I should also say that Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay-Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads, Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, the one that I mentioned before, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetuated by Carter.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could. given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appeared
they
to be.
were. Right.
Sure.
Appeared to
Let
be.
me rephrase
right,
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
The FBI closes in and more shocking revelations surface. The fallout from Diddy's case is far from over. What do you think will happen next? Will more big names be exposed, or will Hollywood find a way to bury the truth? Share your thoughts in the comments below.